Well, hi everyone. Remember recently I purchased these two beautiful gold Ertl Thomas the Tanks from eBay. It seems that one of these is a bit of a fraud when someone says it's mint in box. This one here was purchased from an eBay person in Hong Kong. It was sold to me as mint in box. And from what we can work out and from what people saw in the original video, I do believe that is still mint in box and never been out of its box. And we'll investigate into how you can tell in this video. I actually learned a lot about some of the people's comments on another video. This one here is one I've purchased from an Australian eBayer. We will not name the person in this video, but I have bought some more Thomas toys from him because I've got a funny feeling he makes a habit of doing this, but we have to find out. That's the box there. I mean, both of them had pretty good cards, but the problem lies in the way the seal around this toy looks. It doesn't look right. It's very hard to tell on camera. The one on the top is the one from Hong Kong. It looks more gold. It looks cleaner than the one which was from Australia, which we believe is basically a rebox. I think it's going to be very prudent to take a look at some of the other mint in box Ertl toys that I have, because they will start to develop a story about what is going on. I was lucky there were some very, very detailed comments about this particular train. Now, some of the comments I had to remove because they didn't paint a very good picture of the eBay seller that had sold this to me, and I don't know whether what was being said was true. I mean, it was very, very detailed. Thank you to the person who put those comments up. I did read them very carefully, and we want to take a very close look at this seal here. And I've got other things to show you as well, because I want you to learn, because I'll tell you what, I learned a lot about looking at this seal and the way it's sealed up. It was sold to me as mint in box, never been out of the box. And looking along here, okay, I also noticed that if I do pull this down here, look at that there. Now, when I first pulled this out in the original video, I never noticed that before. To me, when I see that, that's what I say. Well, there's some classic signs that this has been basically reboxed. It's funny, you know, some people who are heavy-duty eBay users, sometimes almost things on there being sold and sold over and over almost get a life of their own, and there's a bit of a history to things, especially if they are more on the, I'll just say, rarer side of the things that people notice. But I think that this toy here is basically a rebox. It is not mint in box. So with that information now out and about, how much is it really worth? Well, I reckon it's only worth about $20 now. I've paid far too much for this, because anybody who's going to come and buy this, if I try and sell this again, they're going to say, oh, but hang on, Leo, this has been resealed. This isn't the original seal here. Don't you worry, I'm going to have my little get back at the person who sold me this. On a totally different note, this was the Thomas that was purchased from the Hong Kong eBayer. I think it was a little bit more expensive, but hey, I don't care, because when we take a very close look along here, you can see, and it is a bit hard to see on this packaging here, but I'm going to pull up other packaging where you'll see it clearly. There is like a pattern where the glue is joining the plastic to the cardboard, okay? And that pattern is actually something to keep a very close eye on if you're buying things that are supposedly mint in box. Now, that pattern can actually be seen all the way around this toy. I do truly believe this is a mint in box toy which has never been out of the box. And I also say that because it looks so clean inside that plastic bubble there. It looks like it's straight out of the toy factory. Another thing which is important, if I pull the card down there, you can see that that plastic is bonded there. It's not pulling away like the other one, is it? Boy, have I learned a lot at looking at this, and I want you guys to understand this as well. Well, let me flash by some other Ertls that I've got which are mint in box. It's going to bring back some very good memories for people. And I want you to closely look at the seal that's going on there. Looking for that pattern, and I'm pretty sure I can show you that pattern when I glint it in the right direction. I'll tell you another thing is, I've got noticed that eBayer that I bought, that fake mint in box one, has got more Ertl stuff for sale, and I've actually gone in and purchased it, and I'm going to do a bit more of an investigation on what this guy is selling. I would classify him as a professional eBayer, one of those people who just has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things up for sale. Yes, I think it's worth taking a look. We'll take a look at another one here. Bluebell. Yes, and you can see that pattern there. In some colours you can see it very easily. All this stuff is genuinely mint in box. It has never been popped out. And the other thing is, because I know that because I bought this from the shops and it just basically sat around. This is stuff which is left over from something that we're not going to discuss in this video because it gets people hyped up. Rusty, oh, isn't that beautiful, hey? All this stuff will show the signs of that pattern around this plastic bubble. Thank you very much to that YouTuber. Sadly, I had to remove his comments. It was very, very detailed stuff. Very negative stuff about that eBay that I bought from. I'll tell you, the Australian one. But that's the wonders of YouTube, isn't it? It's, in the end, the railway community, especially the Thomas and Friends community, is, well, you might think it's quite big. Well, like any community, there are people who seem to have this ability to understand what's going on in all realms. The person who left the comments on my video was, I think they were from Australia, because they seemed to know what was going on. They painted an incredible picture. And once again, it's the classic old warning signs about eBay. I don't have really any love for eBay. I mean, sometimes I've got to use it, but I tell you what, I grit my teeth and hate using it. The auctions I always fail at. Next one's a nice one. Oh, this is one of my favourites. Defuse it. They're probably worth $1 million by now. I never win at the auctions on eBay. Maybe you got stories about that. Remembering, this is what we're looking at. You can really see it nice and clearly on this one. Okay. One of your favourites, boys and girls. Look at that. Ertl Duck. Mint in box. Worth $1 billion. But I'll tell you what, I want anybody who buys stuff mint in box, you need to really investigate what's going on here. There's probably some good websites to talk about what to look out for. I was very naive in thinking I thought I knew, and I got fooled, didn't I, and basically blew some money, because what I should have done was actually ask the person for close-ups, pictures of this area. You need to understand this area. If someone's going to sell you something mint in box, it has to be mint in box. And the other trick that people sometimes do is there'll be sneaky cuts in the back here that they'll try and cover up with stickers and whatnot. I mean, there's all sorts of ways to cheat it. Now, here is something, take along. And once again, what I've noticed is that pattern actually appears. I want you to see it. You can see there is that pattern there. It's like a crosshatch pattern. That is the gluing aspect to the plastic to the cardboard. Okay, what I noticed is it actually is basically in all of the Thomas toys that I've been looking at, especially the bubbled ones like this. This is very much more of a recent toy. It's a Talking Thomas of the latest version. And once again, you can see ever so clearly there is that pattern. It's been the constant. Okay, you need to understand that pattern. I didn't understand the pattern, and guess what? I got burnt. So here is the question in this video. I'm not very good at understanding how to get money back from eBay and everything. I think I can basically blow the chances of getting a refund on the fake mint in box. Then again, all the seller has to do is say, but that's the way I bought it, and blah, 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 and they probably get off the hook, don't they? But if there's someone who's pulling this trick all the time, which is something that I'll be investigating, I'll tell you what, I think, well, we all need to know, don't we? But we're yet to find out. Who knows, the stuff that I get sold in the next sale to me might present that seal that we're looking for. If it doesn't, I'll tell you what, there's going to be fireworks. Oh, again, thank you very much to that YouTuber who left the comments down. Just be very careful what you put in the comments. You can't have stuff which is really landing on someone, or else there could be some sort of legal action from that person. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now. What I should do to the person who left those fantastic comments, but sadly I had to pull the comments down because of what I said in this video. If you leave me a message in the PM area, don't put it up on open for everyone to read. Tell me your story again, please, in the private message area of YouTube. That's where you send message to me on the channel. I'll send you a rubber chicken if you give me your address. I think you're from Australia, and I'll send you some other good stuff as well. But the rubber chicken's probably all you need in life to get you through.